Here's a story that's been making the rounds for a couple of days, and I find it a little bit odd, okay? First and foremost, when it comes to modern day actresses, okay, I think that probably at the top of it, if we're taking a look at hotness, I don't know how old she is. I'm sure that we're probably going to figure it out. But I think Chloe, I can't even pronounce her name. I just refer to her as hot blonde girl. I put her right there up at the top. Okay, I know a lot of people had a thing for, what the fuck's her name? She used to be on Game of Thrones. Emilia Clarke. There we go. A lot of people had a thing for her. She's not a blonde, but she was a blonde on screen, right? I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I'm not a fucking fantasy dude. But everybody else is old as shit. So there's not really any hot up and coming girls, and yeah, no, I put her right there up at the top. But then again, I pay a peripheral amount of attention to what's going on when it comes to current movies as well. I haven't seen her around for a hot second, but then seeing this story making the rounds, knowing what I know about society at large again, it's like, okay, I get it. This is just another one of those stories to reinforce the feminine correct social order, and that women's opinions are far more credible and far more important to the greater scope of things than facts and logic are. I understand. Chloe Grace Moretz. Cruel viral Family Guy meme turned me into a recluse. That's another thing, okay? Just sidebar on this for a second, okay? Like, I keep my YouTube history fairly sanitary, okay? I go through my search history, my watched history, and I like to clean it out every 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Because there gets to be a big back catalog of all the shit that's there, okay? But something that always seems to, regardless of what I'm searching for, what I've liked, what I've watched, okay? These fucking collage of Family Guy clips, you laugh, you lose, or funny Family Guy black jokes that they would tell, or retard jokes that they would tell. I was a big fan of Family Guy pre-cancellation, okay? I thought it was funny at the time, but again, I was like, what? When did that first run come out? 2000, 2001, 2002? It was pretty good. It was pretty cutting edge, okay? It's kind of like the first 10 years of The Simpsons, okay? But outside of that, like, who the fuck talks about Family Guy in today's day and age other than, all right, that was that thing that I used to like and it's still going on? What the fuck? What have they been doing? Oh, they did that one crossover with The Simpsons about a decade ago at this point. People still watch that shit? Oh, okay. But again, maybe I'm not the typical consumer that's out there. I didn't know anything about this meme, okay? And if she really did take this to heart, okay, as beautiful, as attractive as she is, and as many roles as she was getting in the in the early 2010s, let's just cut the shit. This is just simply a way to further sanitize comedy. Chloe Grace Moretz opened up about suffering from a body dysmorphic disorder. Oh, great. After a horrific Family Guy meme of herself went viral admitting she became a recluse. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people willing to just absolutely forgive her. And again, the meme itself is just she has long legs. Oh, wow. How horrific for a hot blonde girl to be accused of having long legs. Wow. The Kick-Ass star revealed in an interview with Hunger magazine that the joke is often posted on Twitter, forced her to retract from the public eye. What? Like, I can understand it if you're taking a look at that and it's like, oh, okay, cool. They got it down there. And it's like, okay, cool. So she's got a short body, but long legs. Oh, what a horrific existence. And again, just a really cute face. Okay. There was that one meme that really affected me of me walking into a hotel with a pizza box in my hand. The 25-year-old said, oh, that's why she's so hot. She's 25. Moretz explained that this photo got manipulated into a character on Family Guy with long legs and a short torso. It's one of the most widespread memes at the time. Was it? Like, again, maybe I was just out of the loop on this. Like, I didn't hear fuck all about this. And that the only reason that this is popping up again, because I also heard that she's going to be in the new reboot of Scary Movie 6, which is about to come out. So just using this as an opportunity. Oh, why haven't you been cast in anything? Oh, I don't know. I was just like in a bunch of projects that just fucking dive bombed. And it was actually all because of this obscure Family Guy reference on a show that is known for obscure references to bring this up. Like, imagine if Henry Cavill just decides to take a step back from Hollywood for right now, okay? If on October 5th he doesn't end up getting the James Bond casting. Okay, he's not going to be the new James Bond. What is he just going to go away for a half a decade and then just come back? It's like, yeah, all of those people saying that I have really short arms, okay, that just really turned me into a recluse. There's no equivalent for men out there, okay? Because again, at the end of the day, a woman's sexuality is her #1 form of currency. There's a reason she has a full face of makeup right there. There's a reason that her legs are shaved and that she's wearing the fucking stilettos that she is, okay? She's fucking hot. That's why she was cast in these roles. Maybe her talent didn't catch up with her looks. Maybe she just has the world's shittiest fucking agent that just can't get her the fucking roles that Florence Pugh is currently getting. Because she's like 1,000 times hotter than her. Let's just fucking cut the shit again. The fucking Black Widow spinoff would have been 1,000 times better if it was old-ass Scarlett Johansson and Grace Moretz scissoring at the end of it. Photograph was from 2016. Okay, let's run back. Let's do some math. 8 years. Oh no, that's 6 years ago. Great. No, she was 19 at the time. Okay, it's totally fine. Where did I get 8 years from? Say, yep, no, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. A 19-year-old girl at the forefront of Hollywood, okay, gets fun of having long legs. Again, what's the fucking problem? Photograph, yeah, it was taken from 2016 and captured the actress carrying 2 pizza boxes while sporting an outfit consisting of a top, heels, and shorts. Wow, could you make that sound any less sexy? The paparazzi snapshot was edited to into making it look like her midsection was shortened and her legs were overly long. Again, oh, the horror. It's like, oh my God, I was getting out of my Rolls Royce and then all of a sudden my gigantic dick was hanging out of my shorts. However could I possibly go on? I got turned into a recluse because I constantly had bitches in my DM hitting me up. I couldn't possibly find a way to get outside. What the fuck is going on? Shot. Oh, the shot was reminiscent of a Family Guy character, legs go all the way up Griffin, so it wasn't even about her. So the cartoon from the show and Moretz's paparazzi shot were mockingly put side by side, and thus the meme was born. Is she making this shit up? Are there any receipts on this, or is this just a repurposed meme? Because again, yeah, like, I think I've seen this episode, but that was from a long fucking time ago. Everyone was making fun of my body, and I was brought up with somebody, and they're like, oh, shut the fuck up, it's funny. It is! The Carrie actress noted. She in the remake of Carrie, too? Like, this bitch gets every fucking opportunity, and it's like, oh no, you got long legs, you can't be doing that, you should just be a gymnast or a stripper. But Moretz said, while she actually never really talked about this, yeah, exactly, she suffered from body dysmorphia. I'm so goddamn hot, and everybody just keeps telling me that I'm hot. Fuck is going on? Only women can get away with such ludicrous fucking statements. I just remember sitting there and thinking my body used to be a joke and it's something that I can't change about who I am, and it's posted all over Instagram. Okay, if it was making the rounds on Instagram, I was even less aware of what was good. Damn, even less aware of what the fuck was going on at the time, especially over on the gram, when it was just still a burgeoning platform. But you can't reply with memes like you can on Twitter. It's kind of fucking weird. I don't know. Basically became a recluse, she said, adding that she just went out to do film projects. Okay, so you're still getting work, but yet I've got body dysmorphia. And again, being cast as a 19, 20, 21, 22, all the way up to your current age day. Stop the fucking cap. To this day, when I see a meme, it's something very hard for me to overcome. Okay, cool. If you guys ever want to run neg hit game on her, just say, wow, legs look really good in that skirt today. What's that, a 58 long? Like, she's, okay, she's weird looking, but she's cute weird. Makeup's just terrible on this one, because her eyes look way too close together. I think there's probably another Family Guy meme that's out there for that, but still. The Georgia native, country or the state? Also said being left alone felt great because it was given the opportunity to get away from photographers and I was able to be myself. I'm an introvert because I'm also a Virgo, and that means that I'm really, shut up. Moretz added that the offensive photo made her kind of sad, as it makes her feel uncomfortable going out in public. Again, she claims to be mocked for having long legs and suffering from body dysmorphia. You could be suffering from a mental illness, but I'm not going to think that it's body dysmorphia at this point. It took a layer of something that I used to enjoy, which is getting dressed up and going to a carpet and taking a photo, and made me super self-conscious. I'm kind of rolling the dice here for a second. I just decided to type in Grace Moretz 2018. I just picked a random year, just wanted to see if there was like any candid shots or if she was was showing off legs and anything. I was just trying to wonder if, you know, she just somehow, some way could have possibly, you know, allowed this to pan out or something. I'm just a total recluse. I'm really sad about... sheesh. I was really sad about my legs. Oh, see, she's trying to cover them up, but they're just so voluminous. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. That she's just trying to cover them up, but all she can get is just her hip flexors. Or that's, oh man, it's like, oh, come on, just, won't you just leave the girl alone? She just wants to wear a sundress, and you just can't escape that. Or, again, it's just truly terrible, the life that she has to live. Stop it. This is marketing opportunity, okay? And you know what this is going to do? Because this is making the rounds, and it has for quite a while at this point. I'm going to use it just like every other opportunity to sanitize whatever is left, because it made a girl feel bad, an attractive blonde girl feel bad. Kind of like this, okay? It's all too reminiscent of Trump in 2016 saying, well, they just... all these beautiful women that are around me at my party with my other billionaire friends. You see all the hot girls come through, and they just want to fuck you. It's like they're there, and they know why they're there, and they just want to get a piece of you, okay? It's girl game. They just run in your circle. They're very sexual people, okay? I wouldn't do anything inappropriate. They're just up against me. They're rubbing, and then they just, they're just basically asking for it, okay? They know what they want, and they're begging for you to just grab them by the pussy. He was allegedly talking with a guy, Billy Bush, in that situation, which again, last name, and where I never ever got to the bottom of how that story leaked out. Fucking weird. But Trump was able to shake that off, because Trump is Trump at the end of the day. But there's a guy, okay? He's an Apple executive. He was fired by Tim Cook because they also don't share the appreciation for the finer things in life. If you know about Tim Cook, if you know, you know. But he made a joke to somebody on TikTok. Okay, I don't know how this ended up going down, but Tony Blevins, an offhanded remark getting out of his McLaren, it looks like. I fondle big-breasted women. Yeah, because he's an Apple executive. Okay, what he does living to afford a $500,000 Mercedes-Benz. It was a fucking offhanded joke, and then he ended up getting fired for it. How adorable, because again, you can never, ever cause a woman to feel uncomfortable and then not have society overcorrect it. Because again, at the root of all of these fucking problems, okay, anyone that you see out there, it's always trying to solve the problem for the benefit of women at the detriment of men. Once you understand that, once you see that, okay, it's so, yeah, it's one of those things that you can't turn off. It's the same thing, and I think I've made this comparison as well, but it bears repeating. Okay, used to be a big Opie and Anthony fan back in the cut. Listen to their stuff. I could even pinpoint the day, but it was about 6 years ago this very month. Okay, 6 years ago this month. And I still, you know, intermittently listen to some old clips, but that's when all the shit was getting, you know, continuously uploaded on YouTube, and now basically everything's out there and everybody's kind of ditched it, but that's fine, okay. But one thing that they highlighted very prominently is because, well, everybody that was in that studio there, all the comedians, both of the hosts, Opie, well, the less he said, the better. But they pointed out that most of the radio people that are out there, all the other morning zoo type programs, okay, they would always talk with the puker voice on top. And then you'd always hear that, especially when it comes to sports broadcaster, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. So we got Freddie Freeman coming to the plate. Once you hear that shit pointed out, you can never unhear it. And it's a burden that I'd like to share with everybody else out there, just to once again show you how fake and phony these people are. If they would just talk normally, it would come across just a little bit more natural. But of course, you can't be having that. Everybody needs to practice their non-regional dialect and have a non-offensive tone, and make sure that you point with 2 fingers, because 1 finger isn't offensive in some culture, but 2 fingers together like that, never inoffensive. That's why they have to do that at Disneyland and Disney World and all the Disney theme parks that are out there, which are currently, kind of taking a shit kicking in the stock prices. But regardless, let's go back to this for a second. Again, I point that out just to make the case that society's ilks need to be solved, okay? I wouldn't be advocating for this, but this is the way that shit works. Needs to be solved for the benefit of women, and then if it has to be, at the detriment of men. A senior Apple executive was sacked after a video on TikTok showed him joking about fondling big-breasted women for a living. Again, you can't fucking... I just take the humor out of this obvious joke for a second, okay? How could you possibly make $500,000? Okay, how could you afford a fucking McLaren if all you do is just juggle giant titties looking like you fucking do, my dude? Obviously, okay? You put yourself in a 1% tax bracket, okay? When it comes to the buckets out there, Money Muscles Game Frame, okay, this guy's got some level of game, but he's obviously maxed out his fucking money, okay? He works at Apple, for Christ's sakes. If he still has stock from back in the cut, this guy's great-great-great-grandchildren are already fucking set for life. So again, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And then instead of letting the joke fucking simmer, some stupid-ass TikToker just decided, oh, just take a look at all this misogyny that is happening. Apple, do you stand for this? I don't even know if that's the way that it broke down, but you guys know that this is the way that it broke down. Okay, Apple confirmed Thursday that Tony Blevins, a high-ranking vice president, will be departing the Silicon Valley office after dozens of reports and complaints from several hundred employees. Oh, this is why you need to gatekeep all of your businesses. Curate your friend group appropriately, because if you run in any circles where anybody would be fucking offended by some fat dude just saying, I juggle big-breasted women for a living, you shouldn't be watching this video, because again, you'll be offended by 1,000 other things that I'll fucking say. But if you run with lames like this who would get offended at shit like that, they're going to do something just as bad, if not worse, to your own life. So curate your reality appropriately. In the video, TikToker Daniel Mack, who asks owners of expensive cars their occupations, approaches Blevins, 55, as he parks his $500,000 McLaren SLR. Yeah. Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Okay. Like he does dozens of times, Mac asks Blevins what he does for a living, with Blevins answering, I have rich cars, play golf, and fondle big-breasted women. But I take weekends off and major holidays off. That's just funny, especially if it's just some asshole running up to him. Hey, how did you get that car? Which is the premise of it? Actually not a bad idea. You see somebody in a rich car, okay, even if he looks like that and you want some financial advice, and if you are at least good-spirited and you're engaging this as a good faith engagement, there's some shit to be learned by that, okay? But if you're just running up to that and saying, hey, how'd you make the money to get that car? First of all, expect a bunch of sarcastic answers, but I don't think that you would have ever expected something that witty that quickly. God bless Tony Blevins. He's also a joke writer, because that's very funny. Like, he has dozens of time. Mac asks Blevins what he does for a living, and we already talked about that. Also, if you're interested, I got a hell of a dental plan. Oh, that's fucking funny. That is funny. Sources familiar with the matter told Bloomberg that members of Apple's operation and procurement teams reported the video to Human Resources. AIDS. It's all fucking AIDS. Never, ever, ever. That's why, okay, if you ever acquire any sort of wealth and you want to start a business, okay, keep it to the point where you never, ever, ever have to get a human resources department. And again, curate who you hire appropriately. No gender, no the sexual studies, nothing like that. Never hire those people, okay? Never hire anybody whose spouses have that type of shit, because they will take down your fucking business. Because I don't know what this guy does at Apple or what he did. He obviously worked his way up to that position, because again, this is what happened with Apple, okay? This is the same company that voted out Steve Jobs only to bring him back later when they understood that they couldn't fucking run the company half as successful as they could with the genius, arrogance, asshole-ish nature of Steve Jobs. They claim that CEO Tim Cook and COO Jeff Williams were among those angered by the comments. I doubt it. They never would have fucking heard about this stuff until it got to their desk that Human Resources has reached a decision on their internal investigation, which was watching the TikTok saying, oh, we can't be having a misogynist like that out there. It's kind of a basic bitch McLaren, but again, at the end of the day, it's a fucking McLaren. Video was taken on August 18th at the car show Blevins attended in Pebble Beach, California. A former Apple executive appeared to be referencing the 1981 movie Arthur, where the titular character describes his career as I race cars, play tennis, and fondle women, and I have weekends off, and I am my own boss. Arthur, funnily enough, it's a movie that was referenced very heavily on the Opie and Anthony show as well, so funny how all this shit just kind of interweaves. He was the latest to be approached by Mac, who asked several high-profile celebrities about their cars, including actress Helen Mirren, who actually does juggle big-breasted women when she's in the shower. President Joe Biden, I don't know, man, taxpayer money or China or somebody, shut up. Brooklyn Beckham, who's that? And Jay Leno. Well, you get a bunch of cards. I'm a comedian and I used to host the Tonight Show. Although Mac and his viewers seem to be amused by Blevins' remarks. Okay, so he did this in good faith. It was just a bunch of SJWs waiting to be offended, like they always do. Those at Apple took the video, which has more than 141,000 likes. Seriously. Blevins, who worked at the tech giant for 22 years, confirmed that he was fired over the incident and offered an apology for his actions. Don't issue an apology. Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely apologize to anyone who has been offended by my mistaken attempt at humor. No, dude, it was fucking funny. I liked your addition of the big-breasted women because nobody likes small-tittied women. Let's fucking keep it a buck. Among Apple's 100 vice presidents, they have that many. Blevins was with the about 30 who reported directly to Cook and Williams. The incident serves as a fall from grace for Blevins, who recently worked to secure major deals and drive down costs for critical parts at Apple's mobile devices. Oh, great, cool. So a guy who was actually a benefit to the company ends up falling by the wayside because of some activist leftists that are in the company. Great, you listen to them because, again, they also know that they probably have more dirt on you, so you just have to bend to their whims. Never allow these people in the fucking front door. Sources knowledgeable to his work told Bloomberg that Blevins had been pivotal in helping procure groundbreaking technology for Apple and beating out the competition. 2020 Wall Street Journal feature about his prominence at Apple. Blevins told the outlet that he goes by the Blevinator as he negotiates with suppliers to keep costs down for the tech giant. Well, now he's going to have a bunch of extra time to hopefully come up with a better name because that's fucking cancer. So again, just reverse the genders when it comes to this stuff. Do you think if any, well, again, women can't drive, so if there was a TikToker out there that just seen a woman with a gaudy amount of jewelry, because that's what a supercar is, right? To a man, it's just a flex, really, especially when you get, a fucking McLaren and all those types of supercars, right? Then somebody goes up to her and asks, oh, how did you get that lavish necklace and those chandelier earrings? I'm showing my age on this, but whatever. And then the woman would remark, let's just reverse this. I have plenty of jewelry. I play cribbage, or canasta, what do women do? And drain the sperm out of big black dicks. But I also take weekends and major holidays off. Everybody would laugh and chuckle, okay? Like they should have with this one. But again, male spaces continue to shrink, okay? Because again, you're not going to have anybody answer anything like this because this is a vice president, somebody who is adding value to the company, ends up getting fucking yeeted because he said something that may potentially have the capacity to offend a woman that's out there. Just like Grace Moretz, right? There was a repurposed meme that just showed off my long legs, and we just can't have that because that is sexualizing women, and that's making fun of me, a Hollywood celebrity, personally. Unfucking believable. But that's where we're going, right? So you can get sad or play ball. It just goes to show you don't answer any questions from somebody that you don't know, haven't vetted, or you know is adversarial off rip. If they don't have your best intentions in mind, just be civil to them and continue walking because there is nothing to be gained from that interaction evolving any further. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.